let's do this example now. Example number 2, it says, write the numbers in the list that are multiples of 8. And we have all these numbers here. So I'm going to start by sorting it out because that will make my life a little bit easier to organize it. So I'll start from in a ascending order. So I'm going to say 8, and I've done this one, then I go 9, and I've done this one, and then 18, and then 24, so up to here 19 and 24, then 40, 60, 80, and 100. Beautiful. Okay, so I'm not going to divide all these numbers by 8 to know which one is the multiples. There are some that I can see right away that are going to be multiples. So I'm going to highlight the ones that I know right away. So we know that 8 is a multiple of 8 because 8 times 1 is a multiple of 8. So the number itself will always be a multiple. So I know that this one is a multiple. Agree? Now I know that 9 is not going to be a multiple. Why? Because the next one is going to be 16. Agree? So I can cross this one, 16. 18 is not the number because after 16, let's go to our multiplication grid to see what I'm looking here. I know that I'm jumping in 8s. Agree? So I have the 8 is the first multiple. The next one is going to be 16, which is 8 numbers difference. And then the next one is going to be 24. And then the next one 32. And the difference between all these numbers is 8. So I know that 9, the next one we said that it was 16. So this one is not. What about 24? I saw it here in my grid. Here it is, 24. So 24 is a multiple, so I'm going to highlight it right away. Let's look at 40. Is it here? Here it is, 40. So 40 is a multiple. Let's look at 60. So if I continue here, we see that 60 is between 56 and 64, so it's not a multiple. So that one is not a multiple, so I'm going to cross it over. 80, I know that is a multiple because it's times 10. 8 times 10 is a multiple. Good. So I'm going to highlight that one as well. Wonderful. And the only one that I'm going to actually test, that maybe we didn't have to, there are two ways to solve this one, and I'm going to explain both. One is looking at our multiplication grid. So if I look at my multiplication grid, and I look where the 8th line is, here it is. So it goes here up to 64. And then it goes 72, 80, which you already selected, 88, 96 will be times 12, and what will be the next one? Times 13. If you know your timetable, you can do it, or you can count by 8s and say, okay, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, and 104. So it's not going to be a multiple, I know already, because the next multiple will be 104. Which will be here. So I already know that it's not a multiple, but let's say that it's a bigger number than 100, that is like 520 or whatever. You're not going to be counting by 8s until 520, because first you can do a lot of mistakes, and second you will take a long time. So how we can know if 100 is going to be a multiple of 8? We just have to divide. So we're going to do 100 divided by 8. How many times 8 goes into 10? It goes once, and we get a remainder of 2. And then how many times 8 goes into 20? It goes twice, and we get a remainder of 4. So I have a remainder here of 4. And because it doesn't go exact, I don't get a whole number as the answer, then I know that 100 is not going to be a multiple of 8. Plus, notice that what I said in here when I had my multiplication grid, where is my 8s here, that it was going to be between 12 and 13 because I knew that the next number was 13, and that's why I'm getting 12 and a remainder of 4. Okay, so my multiples of 8 are in this list are 8, 24, 40, and 80, and you can write them underneath here and say, okay, it's going to be 8, 24, 40, and 80. Wonderful, girls.